This week on the Heycast, Infiltration lost his sponsorship, someone was killed after getting swatted over $150, and the army is getting into eSports. Hey everybody, you're listening to episode 9 of the Heycast, the #1 gaming podcast in our hearts. We've got the loud and proud Arnold Menendez right here.
Oh! Hey. It's too loud, too fast.
A little bit too loud and a little bit too proud.
Yeah.
We got the man that's always sleeping on my floor, Giacomo Vergara.
That's me.
And I'm Timothy Tien, and I'm really the important one here. So,
Are you sure about that?
I'm the
Are you
most
sure
important
really
one.
important?
This channel would not be anything without me.
If anything, we're your co-host and you're the main one.
Yeah, and we're helping you. We're kind of boosting you. So that
Let's go ahead and before we kick it off with our weeks, let's take a moment to talk a little bit about Detective Pikachu. This happened like literally right after we did our last podcast, so
really
Yeah.
just
we did
happened.
not get a chance to talk about this freaking nightmare of
Jigglypuff.
look at how terrifying that thing
I
is.
think it looks all right.
Yeah.
Look at how
No,
wait,
it's just
where'd the
Mr.
Psyduck go?
Mime.
Where'd the Psyduck go?
No, the Psyduck's right
Look,
there.
Look at how
Look,
terrifying
Mr.
Psyduck
Mime
is.
is
Okay,
the creepy
Psyduck's
one.
too real. It's the Mr. Mime one.
Yeah, Psyduck was pretty terrifying. Mr. Mime was definitely terrifying.
Mr.
Chica
Mime
from,
scared the shit out of me. That's the one I'm scared
Five
about.
Nights at Freddy's.
What? Five Nights?
Kind of
Look
reminds
at
me of
that.
Chica.
Oh my god.
It
look.
has no nose.
Oh.
It has a fixture
Mr. Mime
of a
never
fucking...
had a nose. Did
I
he?
know,
Yeah.
but in this one, like it has a fixture
It's
for a fucking
nightmare
nose.
fuel, but I like the
He's-
Moana crossover. I think that was the best meme.
the
That
what
is a good
crossover?
one. Yeah, the
Where
Moana.
they do the guy from Moana and they put it together with
The
his
god.
I
face.
did not see that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty
God.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, Pikachu's cute. Pikachu's cool.
What do you
That's
feel
fine.
about the hair?
I'm not a fan of the hair.
I'm also
think-
not a fan of the
Yeah,
hair.
I think they should have gone smooth.
Smoother?
Yes, smoother.
But he's an electric
'Cause
mouse.
When I
mean,
look at Jigglypuff, I don't think of Harry.
I honestly think of a Furby when you look at her.
When you look at her now,
Like
or it.
it's
Don't
the gender.
don't assume it's gender, Giacomo.
We're just assuming it's a female Pokemon.
Oh my god. But yeah, Detective Pikachu, I'm still gonna see it because it's
Pokemon.
it's Pokemon and Ryan freaking Reynolds.
okay, I thought this Detective Pokemon thing was a TV
Detective Pikachu.
Pokemon. Yeah,
Pokemon.
Detective Pokemon.
Detective Pikachu
What
was a
kind of tech
TV
is that?
show, and I did not know this was gonna be a movie. I just literally found out just now, like 20 minutes. Before
Nice.
this. Yeah.
I can't believe this whole time you didn't realize.
Okay.
that
Well,
Detective
I don't
Pikachu
do
was a
my
movie.
fucking research in this.
But you've been on Facebook and
I don't
Twitter.
have. I don't have Facebook on my phone.
But you have Twitter?
But I do have Twitter. But I never really cared.
How the hell did you not see that?
I don't know.
It's all
I-
like
I-
you
I
knew
gla-
about
It's all
Zed
over
right
Twitter,
away.
It's all over Facebook.
Like
It's all
you
over
stained the
YouTube.
sheets for that, but you won't stain
It's
the
not-
sheets for
it's
Ryan
a-
Reynolds.
That's a lot. YouTube. It's never on YouTube
It's
because.
true, it wasn't on YouTube.
So, but yeah, I gloss over it. Okay.
But still, $10 says
Glossed.
this tops the charts when it comes out. Because literally after the trailer came out, everybody was talking about it.
Really?
Everybody in all of my journalism classes, they were just like, "Yeah, Detective Pikachu, yo." It was crazy. Like everyone.
Dude, my source was you guys because none of people in my work speak something else.
It was crazy. I guess because
It's a
at
younger
CSUN,
generation thing.
it's our generation.
The
so
kids.
it's gonna
Yeah.
top for our generations, I suppose. But I mean, Ryan Reynolds also always makes everything big. It's Ryan Reynolds.
It's true.
Yeah,
He
true.
does.
He's got the driving force behind him.
He does.
Mhm.
He does good work too, except for Green Lantern. But he acknowledges that.
Green
so-
Lantern was a mistake.
Yeah, Green
Yeah,
Lantern.
he knows
was a
that.
huge
He
mistake.
knows it was a
Is the
mistake.
lead actor in it the guy from Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina the Cousin?
He kind of looks like him.
I think
doesn't
it's
he?
him.
No, you know what? People were saying on Twitter he looks like El Chocote.
Who?
He's a Street Fighter player.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense.
El
Yeah,
Chocote.
El Chocote. He looks straight up look like him.
He does kind of look like him too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
And he acknowledged it too. I was like, yeah, I kind of look like him.
Nice.
El Chocote's in Detective Pikachu. He's
Yeah.
an actor now. He quit playing Street Fighter to pursue acting.
Finally.
It's one of those memes like you had me at my worst and you could have had me at my best. You compare those two streams.
They were going to like me at my worst. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Detective Pikachu. I'm excited for it, despite the fact that I'm freaking terrified at Psyduck and Mr.
Mr.
Mime.
Mime.
It's really
and
just Mr. Mime.
Jigglypuff.
He's the nightmare fuel.
Dude,
They're
but, like,
all nightmare fuel.
His face when he contortions his face, like you can see like the nose,
The weird scrunching
There's
and
weird
stuff.
scrunching,
Yeah.
but like he doesn't have a nose, you know?
Ugh.
Like
Yeah,
it's
he
weird.
looks weird. Yeah.
Like, what if Timothy didn't have a nose?
I'd be a monster.
You monster.
I'd be Voldemort.
A face with like
Asian
slit
Voldemort.
eyes with no nose. With no nose.
Asian Voldemort.
And you'd have disappointed parents because you couldn't take over a high school. Because you couldn't take over a high school.
Disgrace.
You disgrace your family. You could not take over high school.
Like I was reading
I wanted
the chart.
Overlord. I gave birth to Overlord, and you can't do Overlord.
It's too much.
All right, so that's Detective Pikachu. The next big thing that happened was rest in peace, Stan Lee.
Rest
Yeah,
in
rest in
peace.
peace.
Rest in
Rest in
peace, Stanley.
He did some very good work as well. He was the driving force behind
A lot of the
Marvel
Marvel stuff.
A lot of Marvel stuff. So rest in peace, him.
A lot of inspiration for other things too, whether it's
Definitely.
animation or writing
Definitely.
books.
I mean, Marvel really wouldn't be where it is without him. So
Of course.
That's true. That is
Mhm.
so true.
that's really all we can say.
But also, I've also saw that the new Avengers, the Infinity War Part 2, it's
Mhm.
gonna be over 3 hours.
Over
3 hours. 3 hours and 50 minutes long. That's
Holy
what I've been
crap.
seeing. It's not like a legit thing.
right, they might cut some parts
Yeah,
out.
but I've heard that's 3 hours and 15 minutes long.
That's a long movie.
That's pretty cool.
It's a very long movie.
But considering like what's like it has to happen, it makes sense. You know, Captain Marvel's coming
Right,
out
right.
and the other superheroes coming out.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty true.
Also, I think Chris Evans also
Is-
mentioned that he like his
This
farewell.
is his last movie.
Yeah.
With Marvel.
Really?
yeah,
Yep.
I did not know that.
yeah. He announced it like early in this year
Huh, that's really interesting.
after the filming.
Why are my levels so low all of a sudden?
I don't know, but I guess it's about time that he leaves and goes to do other projects.
Yeah, like it's a good run with him.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start talking about our weeks now. I just kind of want to move away from the slow sort of. I mean, not the slow, the sad stories.
Sad stories.
Mad. So do you want to go first, Giacomo? Since
I can go first.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Tell
What-
us your week. We
Well,
want to hear.
let's hear about yourself.
Let's hear
So
good old
I
How's
was
your
Gauzy.
life?
looking into Fallout 76, and gameplay's good, plays well, but I wasn't really into crafting, and I'm not really into the whole. Okay, what's the best way to describe this? I like Fallout when I get to play the stories. There's NPCs to talk to
Right.
and actions that are fun, and it's really cool when you get to see secondary things by reading it through either the terminals or through the
The lore through like
not the lore. What are those discs called? The
Yeah.
holodiscs, the holotapes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and you get to put them on your Pip-Boy, and you learn something. Those are awesome. But when it's exclusively that, and that's all it is,
It's
it
a
gets
little
kind
stale,
of,
right?
Yeah, it's just like, well, I have to read the whole story now.
I've heard a lot of I've heard primarily negative things about 76, to be honest.
It's the frame rate running. So if you have a computer that it has a high frame rate, you're gonna move faster than others online,
Right.
which breaks the game.
Does it really?
It can.
I did not know
Wow.
that
So,
the
like-
frame rates were actually.
Yeah, I
like-
learned this from Spencer. He was saying so the frame rate is what helps you move faster. So if you look down at the floor, you move way quicker than if you were to try to look out forward.
I've never heard
Yeah,
of frame
right?
rate actually affecting the
Right,
speed of your
yeah.
movement.
That's
That's
why,
crazy.
That's what Spencer was telling me, and I never thought about that. But that's a way to
That's insane. How do you make your speed based off of your frame rate? That's insane.
I think I need to test that and just to try it out to see if that is
Right.
really true.
Right.
But if that is that is a problem, and Bethesda's known
So everybody
for
with
bugs.
Everybody with 144 hertz monitors are just gonna be completely
Dashing out.
overpowered.
Shoot you dashing out.
That's insane.
it's like doing that the lag switch in COD. Everyone lags out and you just turn around, turn it on, start killing people and just turn it back on.
Dang.
Like that.
the
stuff.
ultimate, but this is the ultimate pay to win. If you just have a high refresh rate monitor,
Can you afford this monitor?
Exactly.
Buy it now with your bundle of Fallout 76.
But
oh my gosh.
yeah, I'm not a too fan of Fallout 76. I can stand behind it just a tiny bit since it's Bethesda. Nice.
I know,
But
right?
the only
So
game I could
popular.
play is Skyrim, and then I have 4, but I never really delved into the game as much.
I enjoyed 4 a lot. I thought that was a good one.
Right.
So that's kind of my issue with 76 right now. Hopefully they'll fix it up, because if these are things that sort of break the game and kind of,
Yeah.
give us better DLC.
I've heard a lot of issues regarding the game. I heard the launcher was having some issues too.
in the
Really?
beginning.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Like, I don't mind having NPC characters because they've done it forever with
Right.
WoW, with like Final Fantasy, with pretty much any MMORPG.
right.
So why couldn't you just do it with Fallout?
Okay.
That's okay. This is their first time experimenting with it, so that's pretty cool. I've been looking into the new Pokemon games that just got released for Switch.
Oh,
I've-
let's go Pikachu and let's go Eevee.
Yeah.
So I've
Yes.
actually not watched anything or really looked at anything regarding the new Pokemon games because I was a little bit turned off by the fact that it was very Pokemon Go-ish.
I mean, it's designed to work in conjunction with
Exactly. It is designed to work in conjunction with it, but from the gameplay I saw early on, the early gameplay that they were showing, where with how you interact with Pokemon and stuff, because it was mostly just catching Pokemon and not necessarily really regular Pokemon combat and stuff like
Right.
that.
No,
right?
it is. I'll watch gameplay of it just now.
There's
Really,
regular Pokemon combat?
Yeah,
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'll
so
probably
they
have to look more into that.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Okay.
So as
it.
he's
See,
doing that,
that could be kind of worth it, just to try it,
Right.
because I'm still waiting for Smash, but I gotta wait till December. So
Yeah, I suppose. But like, I still want just a regular Pokemon game, you know?
no, it is a
this,
consistent
I guess
as
this
a
is as
Pokemon
close
game.
as you can get to a
Right.
regular Pokemon game
Right.
Yeah.
right now on the Switch,
hmm
which is fine. I mean, I don't mind that. I think that's good.
You can show me the gameplay after.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can keep the podcast moving. So
So that was pretty much it. We saw Overlord. That was a lot
yeah,
of fun.
both me and Giacomo both saw Overlord.
Okay.
Arnold was about to watch it
I was
with
about
us,
to watch it with you guys,
but
but
the
thing
time
is-
was too late.
Yeah, I have
Arnold
to
had to sleep like a little baby.
Hella lame.
Hella lame. Do you have to wake up at 3 in the morning every goddamn day? No.
No, but I do anyways.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's more like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, but I have to wake up 3 in the goddamn morning every day to go to work.
Yeah,
And, like,
that's
so I can't really stay up.
movie
that
was
late.
at 10:50 p.m.
As he's gonna stay
a
up
pretty
late
long movie,
tonight.
Well, the thing is, I slept really good yesterday
Arnold
and today.
slept till 5 p.m.
Yeah,
today.
No, I had a 15-hour sleep, guys. It was
I
amazing.
cannot. Me and Giacomo were at work, and then I go into my lunch break, and I'm texting Arnold like, "Hey, can you check the price of these round tables for me?" And he doesn't respond to me until way later.
Yeah.
I texted him like
No, you
around noon,
yes, noon.
and then I didn't get a response until 5 p.m.
He was ghosting you.
yeah, the first
Like, I
text
don't need
message.
this man in my life.
So yeah, Arnold slept until 5 p.m. today.
Let me tell you, that sleep I had was amazing.
Amazing. I
Sure,
Yeah.
I bet it was.
But do you want to go into your week?
Yeah, I'll talk about my week a little bit. I mean, the usual, not really playing a lot. I've been trying to play a little Destiny, but then every time I'm like, maybe I should try Destiny, I'm just like, nah, I'm just going to watch some TV. So I go on Netflix, I start watching a few different things. I started watching a show called Haunted, which
How
is
was that show?
Oh, that's the one with the shit. I know exactly what it is, but I can't.
it's
they
kind
make
of a
haunted houses, right? The extreme ones.
no. So that was Haunters.
Oh,
So that was the documentary about haunted house, about those haunted house people.
So what's haunted?
So Haunters or Haunted is
Get your shit right.
it's one of those, those paranormal, not really documentary-ish. It's kind of documentary-ish, but it's more this guy is in a room with people he knows, and they're talking about this experience they had for the first time with all these people. So like their relatives, their friends and whatnot. So they're talking about these haunted experiences. Like the first one was this guy that was being tormented by a woman in white in his closet,
Whoa.
What
like every night for his whole life, pretty much.
the?
He was going through this for his whole life, and
Couldn't
then
he just not get a closet?
Yeah.
So here's the thing, and I don't want to spoil too much of it. This was just the first one, so it's a different story, a different person every episode.
Uh-huh.
But this first one, he was being tormented. They moved into this new apartment, his family. His parents were abusive.
Okay.
Well, his dad was abusive. His mom, not really so much, but his mom was kind of, it seemed like it was like one of those relationships where the mom didn't really want to interact too much because she was afraid
Of the dad, right?
of the dad, right?
Okay.
So they moved into this new apartment, and his room has a closet, and every night his closet would open up, and there would be a woman in white hanging from his closet, like hanging by a noose.
Uh-huh.
She hung herself.
What? Okay.
and he would see her every night. And then it started to get more aggressive, where she would drop from the noose and start crawling towards him. And it would go on for like a really long time, and it got to the point where it starts actually becoming harmful in a way.
Really?
They moved out of the apartment, and he thought, okay, great, we're out of this apartment. I don't have to deal with this woman in white anymore. But she follows him,
Oof.
and he's an adult now, and she's still following him apparently.
Dang, couldn't he
What
get his
the
house
fuck?
blessed?
So he does not live in that house. It's latched to him.
I
So
know,
it's a
but I'm saying, like,
demon.
couldn't he get, Oh, that's true, huh?
It's latched to him, not the house.
Dang.
So it's a demon then that's latched on him then, right?
It is a ghost of a woman that killed her kids and then hung herself.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
I mean, I guess that could happen if she's got unfinished business and that's the person she's attached to.
So she thought, I guess he mentions this in the first episode, in that episode where he was saying he thinks that because he lived in that room for a while, she thinks that he was one of the kids that she was not able to kill, and he was supposed to be dead. So she is trying to kill him.
That's fair.
So it's pretty
that's
crazy. So
creepy.
and then
He needs a
there's-
Ghostbuster.
Yeah, there's a different story. The next one was about two daughters that were living in a home of her parents. Their parents were serial killers.
Whoa.
So it's some pretty interesting stuff. I don't know if it's real or not. It
Right.
says
Regardless, I'm still having a good time.
it says it's supposed to be true, but it's definitely pretty interesting. I think the style is very interesting because it's not like one of those regular documentary ones where there's like a black background, they're sitting there and they're telling their story. It's them talking about this experience that they had with a group of people, and those people will ask questions to him, so on and so forth. It's pretty interesting. I
That
think
is
it's
an
an
interesting
interesting
take,
style.
yeah.
It's Netflix original. It's pretty cool.
As long
Okay.
as it's not another Making a Murderer. That show just went on for too long.
It's been going. I like the first season of Making a
Right.
Murderer.
Like the first few episodes, like, this is great. And then I
Right.
was like, okay, episode like 20? Like,
Mhm.
can we stop?
Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah, that was
Sure.
pretty much my week. Did I do anything else? I don't think I really did anything else. That was about it.
How about you?
So besides me waking up at 3 in the morning every day, but I did get a Sunset Overdrive. It's on Steam for $20.
Nice.
So I got that. I'm playing it now. I enjoy the game so far. It's pretty fun. You run around, jump on stuff, and shoot whatever you get,
Right.
And then you get these like people who drink energy drinks called ODs,
Uh-huh.
called overdrivers. That's what it's called. The energy it's called-
Overdrivers.
Yeah.
Sunset Overdrive. Sure.
Yeah. So it's fun. You can create your
Giacomo,
own
you look
character.
like you're about to die.
Like half
Yeah.
passing out.
But yeah, I have that, and then that's the only game, and I'm still finishing up Mafia 3.
Okay.
It's slowly but surely finishing that up.
Eventually get there.
And then I'm playing Nier Automata.
Okay.
So, but that's about it. That's the only 3 games I got going on right now at the moment, but nothing else is new.
Oh, I forgot to mention another thing I've been doing. I've been keeping up with this anime called That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
What?
Yeah, I
So-
saw that. I saw that as in the Crunchyroll thing.
So this anime is interesting. It is an isekai, which is one of those animes about like a person that got transferred to another world. That they call it an isekai. But this is different. So isekais typically I'm like a little bit about because it's been overdone and it's very generic, things like that. But this one is really interesting because the main character gets reincarnated as a slime, which you would normally think of as a very weak monster. It's the weakest low-level monster.
Uh-huh.
But he is the most overpowered person ever because when he got reincarnated as slime, so he was murdered in his world.
Uh-huh.
So that's how he got so he got stabbed, and when he got stabbed, he had all these regrets, and those regrets got transferred into powers. So he got, say, he's feeling really cold or something, right? So his cold resistance got bumped up really high,
Whoa.
things like that.
What?
But he ended up getting an ability that makes him so overpowered because he has the ability to consume something, and then his body is able to analyze it, and then he gets that
So he's Kirby.
improved.
No, he's muck.
He's Kirby, except he keeps it forever. So he can
Whoa.
absorb, say, a giant snake. Now he can transform into a giant snake and has all the powers of that giant snake. But he can
What?
also absorb something, or not absorb. He can also he also has a lot of mana. And then in that world, when you give something a name, so typically monsters, they don't have a name. But if you give something a name, they evolve, kind of like a Pokemon evolution in a way.
Okay.
So he has so much mana that he can just give names to everything, and then they become evolved versions of them. So he gives a name to a small goblin, and they become a hobgoblin.
Whoa.
They're super ripped, right? It's pretty crazy. It's really, really interesting. So I definitely recommend it. It's pretty cool. My brother, he saw that it was an anime, and after watching the first episode, just went and read the whole manga
Okay.
immediately.
Cool.
So
Wow.
it's pretty neat. I definitely recommend
What's
it.
the one show that we're watching with the sumo one? What's the good one?
Hinomaru's Sumo.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one a lot.
It's pretty neat. It's pretty hype. It's just about sumo.
Sumo
But it's
wrestling.
like hype sumo.
Yeah, two dudes being
Very anime.
Yeah, very anime-esque.
Two dudes being whatever. he was
Have you
about to
have
say.
you ever watched Ippo or heard of Hajime no Ippo?
I can't say I
Boxing
have.
one?
Dude, Hajime no Ippo is one of my favorite fucking animes ever. He introduced me to that shit, and I binge watched that. It's like it's the second Hajime no Ippo, and then it's Initial D. Those two are like one of my top two.
The top, he says.
Yeah.
Arnold likes the super hype stuff.
Yeah.
Too
likes-
hype.
Yeah.
Well, not now. Then I can't do Naruto. Like
That's
it's too
fair.
much.
But this is not an anime podcast. This is a gaming podcast, and we got gaming news to talk about.
So let's get in it.
So our first story we have,
If you
I will
scroll.
always start this with the biggest stories because those are interesting and you guys will stay for those. So, Infiltration, the professional Street Fighter player, formerly a member of Panda Global, has been dropped from Panda Global for, we talked about this a while ago, a domestic abuse case that was going on in Twitter. So,
I remember that one.
to sort of recap for the people that don't remember or never heard of it, on Reddit, there was an accusation against Infiltration saying that he abused his ex-wife, beat her, nearly choked her to death, things like that. And it blew up within the fighting game community, at least.
Hard.
And what was really surprising about this was the fact that Infiltration is kind of a beloved member of the fighting game community.
Mhm.
He's seen as one of the best Street Fighter players in the world. He is also seen as one of the funniest and one of like the really cool, funny, and he's a good guy to be around.
Yep.
And so nobody really expected him to be the type to abuse his wife. But nobody really knew if these accusations were true. It was really a really difficult situation to investigate because it is a foreign domestic abuse issue. There were supposedly court cases and things like that, but they were very difficult to access. They were all hidden behind paywalls, and then you have the whole language barrier that's going on and stuff. So
That's true.
it took a really long time. Panda Global was investigating it, and they finally did put out a statement here. So there was a video statement and then a written statement that I have pulled up here that I'm not really going to read. You guys can go ahead and read through this yourself. I'll link to it in the description.
It's
so on.
it's crazy for one Reddit post. It
Yeah,
just
one
it could
Reddit-
cause this like whole like debacle
Yes.
of causing a pro player from FGC
Mhm.
just to drop out, and it was a consensus between PG and Infiltration,
Right.
and they both agreed that they should
Mhm.
start being partners together because
So-
of this in this case.
So
Damn.
here's the thing. So Arnold kind of explained how like this whole thing kind of destroyed his career, and the reason why we say that is there is an investigation summary as well. They posted an investigation summary. There it tells everything that happened, and reading through it, it really seemed like a lot of these allegations were very unsubstantiated. So there
Mhm.
was a whole situation where, according to this investigation summary, there was a altercation between Infiltration and his ex-wife regarding their divorce. And
Mhm.
so they divorced, Infiltration left, and there was a situation where Infiltration was going to return to their home in order to retrieve some of his things. But according to this investigation summary, she said she would not allow him to come unless he got back with her.
Wow.
So there was this whole
Huh.
situation of her trying to force him to get back with her and things like that. And then there were apparently fake violence testimonies and things like that. She was trying to report a violent case, like he was beating her and things like that, without it allegedly never happening, according to this investigation summary from
Okay.
what I can tell. So there was like a whole situation like this. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail because this is a lot of stuff to read.
It's a lot of
Also,
substance.
it is really tiny and I can't really read it from this screen.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, so definitely recommend going through these case summaries, going through the the statement. I will mention in the statement they did drop Infiltration. There was a battery case. The battery was apparently, I don't know if it was real or a true battery thing, but he did get fined for it. So I don't know the details around that battery case. But that was the main reason they dropped him, was because he was fined for a thing that happened.
Well, I mean, if he was fine, then you should, it should be real, right? Like,
Here's the thing: is if you look at the case summary again,
right?
There was a situation where Infiltration was told by the police to just agree because it would avoid a lot of difficult legal issues, and so he just agreed to it without really any legal counsel. So there was situations like that, so we can't really be sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
So there was this whole thing. I don't want to say anything definitively because, I mean, even reading through the investigation summary, a lot of information is still very hazy. Infiltration did choose to drop out of Capcom Pro Tour, right?
Yeah, he
He's dropping out of, he withdrew from competing for the year, right?
Yeah, CPT, Capcom Pro Tour. And then he's also, as consent, he's not going to play next year's tournaments at all.
Wow.
So, like, he's going to be playing in 2020. So he won't be seeing him the rest of this year, the next year at all, and then until 2020.
Wow.
I personally, with that is good in a way, because it gives them a whole year to like reset,
and also kind of try to,
his,
if this was all unsubstantiated, none of this was really real, and it gives him time to kind of try to prove himself as well if he has anything to prove.
Yep.
So
I
think this whole situation, this whole situation was handled pretty well.
It is.
I think
as
Panda
well as
Global,
you could.
And like in my opinion, like he should like take the break or this ban that he has to like reinvent himself. No, like he should like rebrand himself, go at it a different angle. Since all these years from like whoever he has been competing in the FGC, like he should rethink his strategy, rethink his name brand of all, and go at it at 2020. Be a different person if he ever competes, because we don't know if he might be competing in 2020.
I mean, I wouldn't see why not.
Well, it just depends, because like some players retire. There's Sanford. We haven't seen that guy in a while.
Yeah,
Sanford's been competing.
Sanford Kelly.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one that freaking tossed his fight stick?
Yeah.
And put that dent in NLBC's floor? That dent is still
Wow.
there.
Yeah. We haven't seen him in a while. There's other players. BJ Unchained.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, he's a Cody player from Street Fighter 4. We haven't seen that guy in a while. But like it's we may or may not see him. My hopes are that he's gonna come back.
He's a really great player
and stronger, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's a really great player. If a lot of these were unsubstantiated and his career was ruined by just a Reddit post, that really, really sucks. It's a really shitty situation to be in.
Yeah.
If the allegations were true, he's a shitty person, and I don't think he should come back. But
like, look, we'll say like,
there's nothing we can really say definitively because these investigation summaries are still pretty vague. Take a look at them yourselves, make your own assumptions, make your own decisions about what you think happened. So
let us know in the comments below.
But
what do you think?
It's just crazy, like how like I said, one Reddit post it just
completely destroys you.
Yeah,
definitely.
So you gotta be careful
I've said
out there,
this
buddy.
like almost these last few episodes, but the internet's a powerful place.
Yeah. What's up besides that Detective Pikachu?
All right, so that's enough of the Infiltration story. This next one is also a pretty crazy story.
It's a rad week.
It's pretty insane.
Never make bets online.
Don't make online
For
bets.
a really small
That's
amount.
the lesson you're getting out of this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So a man has pled guilty to a Call of Duty swatting incident that ended up causing the death of an uninvolved person. So this is a Polygon article here. So there was an argument between two Call of Duty players about a disagreement around $1.50 bet on Call of Duty.
Just $1.50. You know, something simple.
$1.50. Literally just $1.50 US. That's not a lot of money at all. But one of the people decided it was a good idea to swat the other one.
That's where it's.
One in the
the
right
bad
mind
part.
would think that, you know what? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just start swatting people. left and
Whoever
right.
the fuck did this, what was his name? I
His
didn't-
name is Shane Gaskill.
was the one that swatted the other
Yes, he's
person.
the one that swatted. And then
Okay.
what they had disagreements was with Casey Viner was 18.
Okay, so yeah, they're both awaiting trial. So right here. Gaskill reportedly provided Viner with an old home. No, Gaskill was the one that was getting swatted. That got swatted.
So then it's the accuser is Casey Viner.
Casey Viner swatted Shane Gaskill. Gaskill gave an old home address that he wasn't living at anymore. And that home address
okay.
Yeah. belonged to Tyler Barris, age 25. Wait, no.
Yeah. So because Viner passed on to that.
Tyler Barris, 25, Tyler Barris was the swatter. Casey, this whole situation was confusing. So I read through this and I totally forgot everything. No, so Barris's call an armed police force.
It doesn't say who actually leading. Is it? I'm thinking that it's both the Casey Viner and Shane Gaskill that caused the swatting.
But the argument, according to a statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office for Kansas, took place between Casey Viner, age 18, of Ohio, and Shane Gaskill, 20, of Wichita, both of whom are awaiting trial. During the disagreement, Gaskill reportedly provided Viner with an old home address, daring him to swat the building. Viner then passed the address to Tyler Barris, 25, who proceeded to place the hoax call with police. As a result of Barris's call, an armed police response unit visited Gaskill's previous address in Wichita, believing there to be a gunman on the premises that had taken 2 hostages and had already shot another dead. Tragically, with the house's current occupant, 28-year-old Andrew Finch, answered the door. Officers opened fire. Finch later died in the hospital.
So that answers my question. So
Yes.
then it's 3 people that are involved.
So there are
with
3
this.
people. 2 of them are awaiting trial. So
It
That
happens.
sucks.
mhm.
But I know this is kind of like a known thing with streaming and live streaming.
Live streaming is dangerous if people know your address
Mhm.
because they will swat you. Swatting is a huge issue in the
Twitch.
online gaming community in general because people are shitty people. People suck.
No, and
They do.
like for example, one of his Doctor Disrespect got one of his house shot. You know,
I don't know if that was associated with a swatting incident.
Well,
I know
but
people were shooting at his house.
him though. Yeah, they
Yes.
were really shooting at his house, and it's like caused a huge thing.
Yeah, I don't
over
think that
Twitch.
was I don't think that was the result of an
It's not
online
swatting.
thing.
No,
Yeah.
no. And I think this were like they were trying to prove something on stream, but I'm not too sure.
Prove
have-
something. What the
Well, I don't
fuck?
know, like prove something like they can find him on stream, I guess. But this is like Twitch. The things can be like messed. Like,
Online
mixed
gaming
up.
in general is really messed up. Some
Mhm.
people are really stupid. I can't believe swatting is as big of an issue as it is. I think it is so dumb that people do this because it is incredibly dangerous over a small argument. In this case, it was over a disagreement over $1.50 and someone died over it.
Well, the thing is,
Yep.
I think they think it's funny to say, "Oh, swatting," because nothing's gonna happen. No one believes in swatting, but people don't realize the real
That-
consequences are gonna
because
happen because someone
This
might die.
is a SWAT team.
Yeah.
They are heavily armed and they are trained to shoot under
Any circumstances.
type of threat
Yeah.
because a person reaching down could result in one of the officers just dying.
Yeah. It just I
True.
don't know, man.
Because here's the thing, even a traffic stop is really dangerous to a police officer because you don't know what those people in the car
Are going
have.
to be
Yeah,
doing, yeah.
Exactly. So they are always on edge and it is an incredibly dangerous situation. So people are so messed up. Like swatting is literally the stupidest thing ever.
I don't know what started this trend, this fad, because it's like you said, it's dumb.
Mm-hmm. So moving on, we got a lot of sad stories here on the podcast.
Hey, you know what? I saw a post regarding with this story.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
we're sad.
Hey, we're sad.
With Sony not attending with E3, one of the posts says like Xbox Squarespace was moving an inch back, Everyone's like, oh, it's like a bad move and everything. And then they were saying with Sony, like Sony not attending, it's like, oh, this is a great move. No one will ever think of this shit at all. Like I don't know what's like the cool like reference there, but I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I don't know. But yeah, Arnold already said it. So Sony's not going to be attending E3 this year. I didn't actually have the time to read through this full story either, so I don't know why they decided. Do you know why they decided not to?
'Cause they don't have anything to show off at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They don't have anything to show off, and so like, what's the point of going there if they're gonna be showing off the same games?
Right.
So like,
Because
why
it's
not?
the
Not
yeah,
go.
it's the same reason they decided not to have their PSX this year, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
just don't really have a lot of things to show, but they are working on some stuff. I mean,
What?
what? No, I was just
Well,
I was just talking, but yeah, so they're not coming to E3. That's all there really is to this
A
story.
bit of a shame. I enjoyed last year's PlayStation booth.
I mean, yeah, Sony generally has very entertaining, very interesting stuff to show off. So the fact
not
that
like-
they don't,
It's not like Blizzard though. Like just
unlike Blizzard, who freaking
Mhm.
decided to triple down
yeah.
on the thing that they got really negative reception for.
Mhm.
But yeah, so they're not having E3 this year, but it means next year they're gonna have a lot more stuff to show.
Well, yeah, they're gonna come out bigger
Mhm.
and better because it's
Bigger and
always
better.
it's always a battle between.
Oh my god, the video was not recording.
Well, we're doing this as an audio
This
podcast.
is an audio podcast. Yeah.
But
Easier
yeah,
to edit.
Way easier to edit.
yeah. But yeah, like it's always a battle between who is better, Xbox or PSN.
Right.
PSN? You mean PlayStation 4?
Same thing.
Different. PSN's a network.
PSN, PS. It's the same. It's something, okay?
Okay.
But like, it's always a battle between consoles.
Mhm.
So
And then there's Nintendo that's just,
it's just
we're
there.
our own thing.
It's there. It's there.
Let me just bring some stuff. We're expensive, and we have last year's product or processors. That's fine though.
because
It
you
still
guys
works.
get our stuff for our exclusives.
That's
Yeah.
true. I buy it for the Nintendo exclusives.
Mhm.
They're the Apple of the gaming world.
True. I mean,
I
yeah. If
guess.
you put it that way, then yeah, it makes sense.
Like if you want to get a set of Joy-Cons, yeah, I understand how useful they are because they're what they have inside, but it's still
Mhm.
$80
I don't know why they market it so much.
because that technology's too good.
Oh yeah. I saw a video of like people like using the Wiimotes and like not having the little search bar, the little thing that with the Wii's, right? They're using just put 2 candles and it'll work.
Oh yeah.
I saw
for
that. I was
the
like,
higher-
how's that work out?
The infrared sensor.
Yeah, it apparently works as a normal thing.
Because
cool.
the way the infrared sensor works is it just kind of reads a light. So those sensor bars,
Yeah,
it releases a kind of like a laser
right.
on the edges, and the candle creates the same effect for that remote.
That's weird because
Yeah.
it was within a video that the guy used the remote to play Siege. And
Really?
it was
Yeah.
and it worked.
Yeah.
And this guy, the same dude, played a Siege with a guitar,
Uh-huh.
with a pineapple. He played it with
There's the people that play freaking Dark Souls with the most random ass shit
Yeah,
too.
Two doors.
yes, and also he was playing earlier with a steering wheel.
Yeah, and then there was the guy that was like playing Overwatch with Nerf bow and arrow thing or something.
No, that's
I think it's the same
Banana.
guy.
Or yeah,
I think it is the same guy who does
It's
all.
basically homeless. If I don't know,
I can't remember his name.
I don't know.
but yeah, that YouTuber does with the pineapple thing and the Nerf. Not
yeah,
the Nerf,
yeah.
the
People
steering
play
wheel.
shit with like the most random ass shit.
I think it's kind of hilarious that you can play anything.
Mhm.
I won't try with a banana. see
Yeah,
how
I mean
that
it,
works.
it doesn't mean it's efficient,
Hey,
but
it's playable.
Yeah,
That's all it counts for.
exists.
It's playable. That's all you need.
Mhm.
So
So this next one is a fun one. So the U.S. Army is getting into esports, guys.
Raw.
Hoorah! I used to be in ROTC.
You look like
I
you would be
hated
in
it.
it.
It was miserable.
that's a joke because of when he joined the ROTC.
We were like, oh, this is cool because we're gonna get an open period.
That's the only main reason he joined
An
the
open
ROTC.
period.
Yeah.
An open period.
but
And then
it sucked. I hated it. Not for me. It's not for me.
Nice.
I was
God.
miserable.
It's hilarious.
But yeah, the U.S. Army decided to get into esports. So a while back, I don't remember exactly how long ago this was, but they had their own like in barracks sort of Street Fighter tournament type.
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So now they're doubling down and they're creating an esports team here as a way to kind of promote the U.S. Army. So what they're doing is they're trying to get out there, kind of bring in more interest for people to enlist in the army because they haven't been getting a lot of people.
And this is a smart way, just like if people like nowadays are playing games, online games per se, and being a team, you can do it with the army.
Join the army,
so
according to them.
It's cool, I guess, if you want to be a team that's gonna.
I mean, I think it's just cool in general.
Yeah,
it's pretty interesting. I don't believe I remember reading through here, and it's saying something along the lines of, it's not their players aren't necessarily army members.
Well, you don't have to be an army member.
Yeah, I think it's like more of
it's
a
a public
sponsorship type.
Yeah,
thing, right?
It's
a
open
public.
to the public.
Yeah.
Because if it was just only specific to the armies, then they wouldn't announce.
Right,
well, they would announce
so,
it.
From looking at the application form, it does seem like civilians are able to sign up. There's no details on whether basic training is required, so don't apply expecting to remain in a cushy esports chair for the whole ride. If you're still thinking about it, you have until the 30th of November to register your interest. So,
man, I might just register because I want to get sponsored by the U.S. team.
But yeah, that's
US
it.
Army, but that's it.
Army
Yeah.
for esports people.
Woo!
All right, and then we have two more stories here. So N64. So
Yeah.
we got the NES Classic. We got the Super NES Classic.
SNES.
We got
We're
the
getting a
Genesis Classic.
PlayStation. We got the Genesis one.
Yeah, the PlayStation 1 Classic, but we're not going to be getting the N64 Classic anytime soon.
Why?
I mean, I could see why. If you're trying to get a lot of good games, those weren't actually made by Nintendo. They were made by somebody else.
The N64 had a lot of third-party stuff.
Like GoldenEye, like good luck.
No. I'm thinking of what's that one 3D Mario one?
Mario 64?
No, not the 3D one. Was it 3D one?
Mario 64 was the 3D one.
And you jump
Yeah,
into the
that
painting.
one.
It was their first jump into a 3D Mario
To
game.
look to the wall, and there's a paper painting on that shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mario 64.
Yeah.
The N64's naming scheme was just literally this
What-
thing,
what bits?
64.
Star Fox 64.
So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I can totally see it having a lot of licensing issues because there were a lot of third-party stuff on the N64.
Right.
Command and Conquer was one. I played a Command and Conquer on
what's
the
that
N64
one?
a lot.
Conquer's Bad Fur Day.
I never got to play it.
What?
I never
What's
actually played it either.
Oh my god, that's a good game. I think
A lot of people liked it.
it was the main people that did Banjo Kazooie.
Yes.
It was the same
I did
people
enjoy
of
Banjo-Kazooie.
Rare.
I didn't actually play Banjo Kazooie either.
I'm getting out.
I don't play good games apparently.
No, you live under a rock, but I'm getting out of here because you don't play Banjo Kazooie. You never played it at all. I'm done. I'm so done.
All right. So in this Polygon article, it says in an interview with Kotaku, Phil's Amy said that a Nintendo 64 Classic is not in our planning horizon. Normally, a response like that could be interpreted as a soft deflection that Nintendo has not announced such a product and has no plans to reveal one during an interview. Ostensibly, I can't speak, held to promote the company's holiday lineup. Nintendo could, of course, still release an N64 Classic at a time beyond its planning horizon. But Phil's Amy, I think that's how you say it, explained why the company may not trot out a third mini version of one of its consoles. We were clear when we did the first two Classic series that for us, these were limited time opportunities that were a way for us as a business to bridge from the conclusion of Wii U as a hardware system to the launch of Nintendo Switch. That was a very strategic reason we launched the NES Classic system. But that was basically the main reason why they're not doing it.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely see third parties being kind of an issue.
It's
But
going
there
to be
was
the
still
hardest thing to get it.
But there was still a lot of first party games on there.
But I think just doing this because they.
But how many times can you really buy The Legend of Zelda?
Yeah, but like they said, the main reason they did it was kind of as like a bridge between things, and there's not really much of a reason to do it now.
cover
I
the
suppose.
cost of the Wii U?
But I mean, I think an N64 Classic would make
it would be
bank.
nice.
I think
would
the NES
probably-
Classic and the SNES Classic made bank. Any classic system makes bank because people are like nostalgia.
Though I'm not sure how the PlayStation one's going to do.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna fall short.
I think the PS1 was still a good console.
I'm not disagreeing. I love the console. Or the
Mhm.
console. I love the city.
Right.
I'm sad for this Eps one because
But here's the thing. Don't make a business based around illegal shit that you don't own.
Well,
That's
the thing, no, I know, but like I understand the business standpoint, but I do love the ROMs because I enjoyed playing Pokemon ROM. They're playing like the ROM versions of the Mario games also. Like it to me.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it either, but
like
it makes sense.
It makes sense. I completely understand what they're doing this, but like I enjoyed playing the ROM version of this also because it created a new story for each game. You know.
You're talking more along the lines of ROM hacks, right?
Yeah, ROM hacks,
Yeah.
but like it hurts to see this go.
So basically, Nintendo shut down some ROM hosts. They reached a settlement of $12.2 million.
Damn,
Big settlement. Big ol' settlement. It's just
Money.
slap you with the money.
Yeah.
So these two ROM sites, loveroms.com and loveretro.co. So I believe the owners were a couple, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I think they were
Hold on.
friends. One in America, one in.
Oh,
UK.
okay. So, but yeah, they ended up paying Nintendo $12.2 million. I mean, what else can I say? You can't really, you just can't really expect to not
ROMs,
have this happen.
ROMs are gonna go down.
Yeah.
Just the way it was inevitable.
It sucks for people that enjoy stuff like ROM hacks, for people that want a way to play these, these games on another platform. And a lot of people that play ROMs are playing like older games and shit that's kind of harder to access.
Yeah.
So this really does kind of suck. But I mean, it's illegal. You don't own this shit.
Yeah, it's. I love playing those games. Oh yeah, they took it off.
What?
I was like going to another sites that I usually get my ROM stuff. And it's gone.
Okay. But yeah, a big part of this was they're saying that this huge settlement is kind of a warning to other ROM sites, kind of like a way to prevent people from continuing to do this and possibly stop.
Yeah, no, they did because one of the ROM sites that I use is coolroms.com, and I put Super Mario, it's gone.
ROMs.
Yeah, everything's
It's
gone.
gone.
So yeah, they sued them. That's a thing.
That sucks.
That's about it.
But
Yeah.
Those are all the stories. So what's coming up on the channel?
Oh,
so
yeah, it even also says removed due to copyrights. This page has been removed due to request of Nintendo of America Incorporated. We are very grateful to serve the emulation community for so many years and to have Cool ROM 6 till today. From the very beginning, our goal was to allow users to relive classics moments from the video games that they have lost and cannot purchase anymore. We feel that we have reached this goal by helping cure most cases of nostalgia that we could ever have imagined.
it sucks for nostalgia.
So it's no more. I'm gonna type in Pokemon. Just
It's gone. I can guarantee it.
It's gone. But I want to see
Yeah.
myself. But like,
Yeah.
it sucks. You can't even get the cool ROMs anymore. Yeah.
But anyway, what's coming up on the channel? So Arnold and I already pre-recorded a game a while back.
Yes.
We haven't recorded anything for Thursday yet.
So that's a hit or miss.
And Friday's S list, I mean, we always just kind of do it spur of the moment, really.
Yep.
So we don't have a plan for that right now. But what is coming up is Thief Simulator. We originally recorded this because when we recorded Deltarune, the audio didn't get recorded for the game, so I wasn't going to upload it. But, after sitting around and watching something and just kind of thinking on it,
And
I just really
complaining
liked
about
that
it.
episode. So I decided to just...
I enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
actually enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
Also.
Deltarune was really cool. Let us know if you want a series. Because I'm definitely down to play it some more. It is only 3 hours long, so it's not going to be a long series.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. So
But yeah, that's the only thing that we have planned for now. We'll figure out what we're going to play throughout the week. But if you have any questions or topics for us to talk about, you can send them on over to heywereplayin@gmail.com. That's HEYWEREPLAYIN@gmail.com. If you already subscribed to our YouTube channel, if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. And subscribe to us to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, wherever you like listening to your podcast, so you can listen to us and have those things downloaded early. And yeah, give us ratings too. Give us ratings on everything. It helps us a lot so we can show up higher, so more people can listen, and so we have more topics for you guys to listen about.
True.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
and
See ya.
we all love you guys.